to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Home of some of the best barbecue around. That's right, it's Midwest's best barbecue and creamery. Make sure you guys go check them out on this Friday night. Go get you some CTV wings, some Uno wings, some G-Funk, some pulled pork sandwiches. Like I said, you can throw a dart at the menu and just buy something there. It's all delicious. I highly, highly recommend it. Also, the show is brought to you by Meyer Door and Windows and more. Please check those guys out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my own house. They're energy efficient, easy to clean, and they look great. And my West Side peeps, after the show, go check out Hail Mary's this Friday night. They got food trucks there, beer specials, big-ass TV screen. Go watch the Reds. Hopefully win a daggone game. They also have free parking right across the street. Make sure you check out Hail Mary's, your ticket to the game. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know it. He's back. He's throwing. He looks great. We call him Jackpot Joey. Make sure you're geared up for the season with the Jackpot Joey 9 gear. Remember, portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? We got Stranger in there, Rocket Bengals in there, Tebow's in there, Bengals and Brews is in there. Wow. And Pork Chop. And wow. Sinistry. Wow. We got like popular people in there. It's like I'm gonna have like, important people in there. Like I'm gonna have Dale or I'm gonna have Glenn or somebody like that. But I don't know. Let's get to our first guest. Let's see what this guy's doing. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show. Are you first time, long time? Yeah, yes. You. How you doing today, sir? Are you? Yes. You are live on the air, sir. Yeah. I don't know what that was.
It's so good to be here. I've been watching this show for years. Been on for like what, 5-6 years, man. It's such a long time. Had so many good guests, man. You're like one of the OGs of this Bengals and Reds, the Cincinnati area podcast scene, man. The sports with Strawberry Ice.
That just means I'm old. That's all I mean. That just means I'm old.
No.
What's going on, Dale? Are you ready for this weekend? What you been up to? You been hanging out? Did you guys have any good guests on Bengals and Brews today? What's going on?
We had Ian Cummings from Pro Football Network.
Dude, he's good. I told you get him on the show. He's good, dude.
He was on my show before your show, ding dong. What do you mean I told you to get him on?
Was he?
Yes.
Ian was? Oh, wait, is he from Pro Football Focus? Ian
Network.
Was on yours? Oh, dude,
Network.
All right.
Pro Football Network.
Yeah, Network. The one Dallas and
this guy.
Jay Morrison. All right. Maybe you told me that. I don't know. Anyway, he's awesome.
He is awesome.
He is awesome. Either way, he's awesome. It doesn't matter whose show he came on first. He's awesome.
Bro,
we were talking about it, how great he was. I'll put it that way.
He's like 25, 26 years old. He's been killing it with this draft stuff for years. For a few years now. And I really think, like, people that don't follow him, it'll be a guy that we see on ESPN or he'll work for a front office or what. Like, he's that good at player evaluations. He really is. Like, no bullshit just because he's been on the show. He's that good. I seen his stuff, like, because I love the draft. I do stuff with the draft. I always have my own list and this and that, which I expanded into the draft guide this year for Project Game Day. But that's where I first just seen him. I'm like, man, looking at these lists, and I'm like, dude, his is very similar to mine. So I had him come on, and it's just like, all right, man, this guy's awesome.
He is awesome.
He's spectacular.
The thing is, dude, he doesn't have, like, I would just, like, I follow the draft a little bit, but nowhere. He's slightly under you, Dale. Slightly under you.
Well above.
But I follow the draft, but not nearly as much as you do. I mean, and people put names up on, in the chat, and I'm like, all right, do you know about this guy? And he's like, yep. It just rolls it out. So he's got it all stuck up here. I'm like, dude, that's impressive. I'm like, I didn't see him clicking, like, trying to look at the screen. He just like, oh yeah, it's this guy, and he just bam, it just comes out. So he was really good. Another good. Have you guys had the Gridiron Grading? Have you had those guys on?
No, I haven't had any of them or anybody on. We don't have a ton of guests. We're probably going to try to have more guests now that's off season because there's always so much to talk about being Bengals specific. And
well, you also got 3 people to talk to. So
I was going to say 3 or 4 of us on. It really is, but it's like this is a time of year to where it's like you get stuff like, we see with the rookies and stuff like this, that's very exciting, but then it's like, then they'll be off for,
Right.
several more weeks again.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a dead period a little bit. So we're going to try to have a lot of guests trying to reach out. We don't always do that.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know what they said, but Anthony's asked this question. Maybe you know. He said, "What's your guys' thoughts on Nick Wright and Colin Cowherd's comments recently on Burrow?" I know Nick Wright loves Patrick Mahomes, so I'm sure whatever he said about Burrow wasn't very good. I didn't hear it.
I didn't listen to it all, so I seen there was something about it. They're saying that the one thing I seen Nick Wright said, if he gets injured again, they need to draft a new quarterback. I think that was the big standout comment. Which
Nick
is
Wright's
like,
an idiot.
well, that's not going to happen. And
That's how, like, I mean, all right, that's as dumb as when
Yeah.
everybody kept saying we had Andy Dalton. Well, we need to draft another quarterback. Well, if you're fucking going to the playoffs every damn year, how the hell are you going to get another quarterback? Oh,
I don't know, man. I was just you could have got Lamar Jackson. Just saying, this is different to me. This is different than Andy Dalton.
I would.
But no, have you ever watched Grandma's Boy?
I have not. That's one
I've not
seen.
You should watch it.
I gotta watch it.
It's a good movie. It's a comedy. It's an Adam Sandler type people. Adam Sandler's not in it, but it's his whole crew of people.
Right.
And but there's the one guy. He's like, I am a robot, and he looks just like Nick Wright. So I posted a gif of that. So anybody that's seen Grandma's Boy will understand that reference.
I'll have to check. That's one that's on my list to watch. I have not yet. I know it's been out for a couple of years. It's one of those ones I'm like, oh yeah, I want to watch that. And I've just never gotten around to watching it.
It's been out for like 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. I just forget. I'm like, well, you ever have those movies you're like, yeah, I really want to watch it, and then you kind of forget about it until somebody like you brings it up. Like, dude,
100%.
Like, yeah, I'm like, I want to watch it. I forget about it. Actually, you know what movie I just saw this past weekend that I liked a lot better than I thought? I didn't think I was going to hate it, but I mean, I love the TV show as a kid. Fall Guy. You remember Fall Guy, the TV show? Was that before you're my age of myself again? Yeah, probably aging myself.
Fill me in.
All right, Fall Guy. He was Colt Seaver, and he was a stuntman, but he was also a bounty hunter. He had this badass truck and everything, so he would always do stunts on the show. They jump the truck, and he was a bounty hunter. Anyway, the movie's out now called The Fall Guy. You don't even know about the movie The Fall Guy?
Yeah, well, I know about the movie The Fall Guy because the Beavis and Butthead characters, right? It has is that the same movie? The from Saturday Night Live. I can't think of the name. He was Ken from the Barbie movie.
Yes, he's in it. Yes, he's in it.
That
guy.
Well, they dress up as Beavis and Butthead like on Saturday Night Live to the red carpet of that. I know nothing about the show or the movie beyond.
Oh my God!
I've heard of it. So
oh my God!
It was a good movie though.
Oh yes, if you like action comedies, dude, it was funny as hell. It was way funnier than I thought it was going to be. I went and saw that. I'm like, holy crap!
I will look forward to it then.
Yeah, let's see.
So the last movie I watched this week with Marissa was there's one called Annabelle that's like a doll thing. I've never watched that, like a horror movie. It's like Abigail with the ballerina vampire.
Nope, I'm good. Nope.
Yeah,
nope. I ain't watching that.
It wasn't bad. Like Marissa,
dude, I can't.
Let's watch that. And I was like, I don't like scary movies. I'll probably be on my phone the whole time.
No,
I actually watched it. Like it had some funny shit in it too. Like, yeah,
it was funny. All right, Chop. So the only different thing in the movie he's not a bounty hunter. That's the only difference in the movie. Other than that, he's a stunt guy and everybody else is the same. But it was cool. Austin's got a question here. Let's see here. I got a question. I've been asking around like all afternoon. What is halfback? I've noticed.
Yeah. HB is a halfback. It's the same thing as a running back, a halfback and a running back. But there's an H-back, which is more like a fullback. Like so, it's kind of a silly. Like it's better just put running back. Honestly, for running backs, that's what I do.
Well, I think. All right. So I have a question. This is what roster construction. Let's talk about this with our.
All right. 10 minutes of movie talk. It's time to.
We can go back to movie talk. But all right. But this is one thing I've been wanting to ask you, actually, since you are the expert when it comes to Drew Sample here. With the Bengals shocking all of us and drafting 2 tight ends and signing Gesicki, and we still got our boy Tanner Hudson there. This is one thing I can't remember. I thought of it or somebody. I think Paul Painter said it actually in the comments. I know Paul said it in the comments, but I don't know if he made me think of it or what. Vice versa. I want to give credit to where credit's due. Like when Ian was on your show first, not mine. He was on your show first. What do you think about listing Drew Sample as a halfback? But he still play tight end, but listing him
No,
there. That way you can
well,
get all
it's
four
not
of them.
as a halfback. It's an H back, which is more like a versatile fullback
Right.
tight
But
end.
you,
They're
I'm
two
saying,
different things. It's
but no,
different.
but you get him out of the tight end room is what I'm saying.
Drew
You know,
is my
you know,
best friend, by the way, Drew Sample.
yes.
And yeah, we've talked about that on the show some because I think that's more what he is. Like after P
Right.
Ryan left, man, you can put him in the backfield. You can put him at halfback or
That's what I
running
said.
back or
Yeah.
he's a blocking piece. He can move around and he can catch the ball, whether it's out of the backfield or from tight end. And he signed a 3-year deal, so he's going to be here. I like
Right.
Drew Sample. He may come on Bengals and Brews at some point. That's it's out
Woo!
there. Just saying. There's
Is your boy?
there's
Is your boy?
some
Is your
talk
boy?
about it.
Is your boy Greg working for you? Is Greg working for you?
Greg's always putting in the work.
Greg is the man. All right, so he's made it into the waiting room. Let's get to the variants of the internet universe. He is one half of the Goodberry brothers. He's one of Dale's. I don't know. They do weird stuff on the shows when they get together. You and the Goodberries, you know.
No, we
Yes.
don't.
Yeah. There he is. Let's get to Glenn Goodberry. What's up, Glenn? What's going on, brother?
Going on, fellas?
Nice
I
hat.
love it, Dale.
Nice hat. Nice
We
hat.
don't do weird stuff on the shows. The show just gets weird, you know.
Is that what it is? It's the show's fault. The show just gets weird.
It's organic, you know. When you get these minds together and the organic fluids, you know, just start pouring, and we just start, you know. Anyways,
There
how
you
you
go.
guys doing?
Good, brother. Good. So you're stuck in the car. I appreciate you. Dropped your daughter up, being in the car.
Trapped in the car.
Trapped in the car.
This is like a Joe Goodberry video right now, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
For
in the
you
car. Joe,
subscribers.
I told Jaws, like, you made car videos your thing. I don't know if you meant to do it.
There he is. All right. So yeah, you're gonna be on mute. You got a phone call. So you got to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. This happens to Corey Dillon all the
Did I
time.
lose you?
Nope, I hear you. You hear us? Are you there, Glenn? Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Glenn? Hi. Can you hear us? He can't hear us. He got a phone call.
I just got a spam call in the car and everything went mute.
Yeah. So
Look,
what you got to do?
Apologize here.
So what you got to do is this is what happened to Corey Dillon all the time. You got to put your phone on Do Not Disturb, so it doesn't ring. That's the only way to fix that.
See, I'm like a fish out of water, not in my studio.
I know you're not in the nerd studio. What the heck?
I need some tips from Joe, but he's on vacation in Florida, so.
Iceman, you're not allowed to say Nerd Studio because you're not one of
No, Glenn said that to me on DMs. He said I won't be coming for the nerd studio.
We're allowed to say the N word,
Dude,
nerd, but you are not.
I'm just going by what Glenn DM'd me, and that's what he called it. So you know.
Yeah.
So did you like our family picture we had on the thumbnail? I worked really hard on that. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. You guys look great. I didn't know where all of the individuals really took their photos, but I could definitely tell you were all together for the photo or in the photo, but not for it. You guys look great.
We were feeling the love. Andy's got a question for you. Hey, Glenn, what's your thoughts on Bills receiver room with the departure of Diggs?
Yeah, I do like this question because there's a couple different avenues I take in my head, and it could be a coping mechanism. It could be something, you know, there's some writing on the wall with it too. So for the past few years now, obviously the Bills have had Stephon Diggs, and they've also tried to build their offense for a 12 personnel. They tried signing what's his name?
The Bengals wanted him too. The tight end.
Yeah. I keep saying OJ.
OJ Howard. OJ Howard.
OJ Mayo's popping in my head and it's corrupting my train of thought here. So
he's a Cincinnati basketball player.
yeah. Yep. And then with having Dawson Knox, you know, they were trying to do this, right? And then also you had Stephon Diggs, who's very much worth 100 receptions a year. And, you know, you're trying to do these two things at once. The Diggs drama sort of went the way it did. So now I think the Bills have an opportunity to really try to stress-free execute their 12 personnel plans. Dawson Knox, obviously, he's okay, right? But we got that boy Dalton Kincaid now, who looks like he could be a star in the league. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, the receiver room, to answer your question, is probably one of the bottom 3 in the league. There's a lot of teams out there that would be happier with their receivers than what Buffalo has currently. There's some potential, right? Khalil Shakir was fun in the playoffs. He was able to turn it on. And our boy, what's his name? You'll have to excuse me. What am I doing out here? I'm drawing some blanks. Keon.
You're pulling an Iceman here. You start talking that shit.
I made Iceman.
This is my coffee. I worked overnight shift last night. So Keon Coleman, thank you. I hear
hilarious.
He's such a personality. I really hope he works out. I hope he can be that shining light that he seems to be with his personality. Today the Bills had their rookies show up. They got their rookie camps. And I don't know. So the receiver room is definitely something that is really lacking, but I think the Bills have a run game now that they can really trust, and 2 tight ends. And I see Dalton Kincaid really getting 100 receptions or close to it this year, 90, 85, 90 plus. And, the Bills sort of rocking it from there. Plus, as far as it goes mentally, this is literally Josh Allen's team now. He doesn't have that sort of Stephon Diggs, really, whatever, if it was weighing on him or not. But we'll see how that goes.
Well, I got a beef to pick with the Bills. Why in the hell did they trade with Kansas City and let Kansas City move up and get a fucking receiver?
I know.
Why? Why did they give it to? They like here's another fast receiver for you. Just take him. What the hell?
So the PTSD is there, right? The Bills did that one time, and the Chiefs drafted Patrick Mahomes. So there is some of that there, but the Bills and Josh Allen after the fact. This was hindsight after the draft, and Brandon Beane comes out, and Josh Allen really had a hand, it sounds like, in their huge interest in acquiring of Coleman. But yeah, you don't know. Could the Chiefs be jumping up to grab Coleman? Who knows? The thing is, the Bills feel like, according to their draft board and their perspective, it's just another team. They're not looking at it like that, which I understand. Their mentality's different than a fan's mentality. We like to draw the narratives, and they like to sort of fall back on what they're used to.
Natty Ron wants to know if Buffalo is sleeping with the enemy. Is that you? Are you guys conspiring against us?
No, not me personally. This season's going to be interesting, man. Joe Burrow's back. The Bengals offensive line is healthy. Jamar Chase, he's really solidified himself. A couple years ago, I had Stephon Diggs is better than Chase, and could have been that a couple years ago. But Jamar Chase is really, man, he's going to be fun to watch this year, especially having his quarterback back. And the Chiefs are the Chiefs,
Yeah.
And then these other teams are retooling. And then the Bills look like they had taken a step back, and maybe they did. We'll see how the season plays out.
Well, I'll tell you this, and Dale, I want to ask you this too. With Paul Painter, or not Paul Painter, Paul Painter's in the chat. With Darren Pitcher as our OC now. And listen to him talk. And with the Bengals drafting 2 tight ends, which I'm still shocked, and we got Gesicki, and with them stealing a Burton, that opens up more stuff they can do with Jamar Chase. I feel Joe Burrow has got the most weapons he's had in his 5 years as a Bengals quarterback. What's your thoughts, Dale, on that? Am I reaching out too far? Am I looking at everything through orange-colored sunglasses too much, or what's up?
You're definitely looking through orange-colored sunglasses because they haven't played it down to football yet.
Talent-wise.
Yeah, and I'm getting more on board with Burton. The talent's definitely there. I want to see T. Higgins' effort, and I'm not trying to say this to shit on T, but man, it's a lot going on. Trade requests, your contract, your future. I mean, that was part of Diggs to me to throw in Buffalo. Like, This man always worrying about his future instead of sometimes the present.
Right.
And you don't want that to affect players. Like, I mean, Jesse Bates, as good as he was here, we saw how good he was in Atlanta once he got the big contract, the big life-changing money. Not that any of it's not for guys like us, but I do have concerns about, T. Higgins. Like, how much, if he's a little dinged up, is he going to go out there and play? And we're really going to see him give, like, maximum. I know, like, the better he plays, the bigger contract. Right. I understand that, but at the same point in time, he knows he's going to get a big contract anyways. Hell, Calvin Ridley got a big-ass contract.
Yeah. I mean,
I haven't played that well. I don't know. It's a good group, but it's unproven right now.
Right. I'll play to you this one. With Tia, did you hear the interview he had at was it Mixon's or his own? I don't remember. Some camp. I think it was his own camp. Anyway, he's like, yeah, I'm going to play for the Bengals, and I don't know. I don't think this is going to bother T. I don't know. He seems too, I don't know, carefree, loose. You know, he talked about it's in God's hands. It'll all work out. I don't know. It's
just an unknown. It's a question for me. It's a question that makes me wonder. Until I see it on the field. Now I start seeing it on the field, what it could be. Yeah, man, I'm with you. It has a chance to be special because I think Burton has a chance to be special.
Right. Yeah, Glenn, what do you think of I know you're not a Bengals fan, but you do keep up a little because your brother, I'm sure, keeps you.
I follow the Bengals almost much as I do the Bills, and Joe does the same thing, vice versa. But from my perspective, I think that 2021 team was a little bit more fiery than this one. And I'm talking May of 2024 right now. And I'm going to echo what Dale said, as soon as they take the field. But that 2021 team, man, those receivers, even Uzuma was out there doing his thing, man. Like, you guys had a really solid, like, the cylinders were firing. I loved that team. I loved watching them. I loved, I was down there with Joe for a non-Bills related Bengals-Jags Thursday night game. Like, that was that turnaround season for the Bengals franchise.
Yep.
But that offense was a lot of fun. And we'll see if the Bengals can recapture that this year. I mean, obviously losing Tyler Boyd, is that going to be huge? The on-the-field stuff. And then Higgins, is that going to be like a cloud over his head? What's going on? And I don't know. Is he going to feel spited? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think that 2021 team was a pretty nice. Joe Mixon, too. Like, the running game is going to be different for the Bengals this year. And Mixon was pretty on point that season.
I do think it's a better line, which could help make the weapons
taller
better.
Line for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just you're adding even Trent Brown. Not even talking about Amarius Mims, who may be on the bench to start the season if he. If all things go well, he may stay on the bench for most of the season besides an extra lineman.
The Bengals have hired some bodyguards for Joe Burrow. Man, some bodyguards. And that's the thing. That was the biggest knock. Everybody, as far as narratives go from a fan standpoint and how we consume our social media, people are always like, keep Joe Burrow on his feet, and then what? I mean, it's going to be tough for other teams. And from a Bills fan's perspective, I'm glad we don't have them on the regular season schedule this year. But, I mean, in a way, I would love to obviously see all you guys and, come visit and do all that stuff. But
we still haven't done the tailgate Olympics yet. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
The first time we talked about was doing the dildo flying contest and throwing arrow through a table, and we've never done any of that stuff. I was really looking forward to throwing arrow through a table. I mean, and I'm very disappointed.
I mean, who is it, man? I want to fucking throw arrow through a table too right now.
Dude, we all want to throw arrow through a table.
Exactly. I mean, we need to make this happen sometime.
I seen Natty Ron said that, Glenn, you have a little tiger in you, and yes, he has. We've met a couple times. He's had a little tiger inside him.
A little bit.
Yeah, I've always been, from what would be your perspective, I've been in the background.
Too much?
What's that?
I said I was talking about my penis.
And I go, too much? Too little? What?
He had a little tiger in him.
Oh. See, I was going to answer the question.
He was being all serious and shit. You had to mess it up.
You're being, there's a little hyperbole in your I get it. You got me, Dale. Dale, you drinking already? What time is it? It's almost
It's
right?
it's daytime.
It's beer 30,
That's
man. I
true.
already did one show. Of course I'm drinking. What the fuck?
It's beer.
I drink
30.
early and then I
He,
stop
he,
drinking
drink,
early.
he
No
drinks
hangovers.
he drinks early and he drinks often. You
I
know,
see the comment. Buffalo's cool, but we don't want the Tiger smoke. The Bengals seem to have the Bills number, and it's frustrating from my perspective. But you know, even a clock is right twice a day, right? A broken clock is right twice a day. They'll get one, and that's what it'll have to be. We'll see. And then it's the same thing with the Chiefs having a hard time with Cincinnati. I mean, Chiefs got theirs and went to a Super Bowl,
yeah.
but
Chop throws some shade. He said you don't spend enough time with him. He said Goodberry's time is precious. Limited time in lot one. Got to get to the first star suite.
So no. You know what happened last year, and I know what Chops is saying too.
You weren't there that long.
Well, because the Bengals had reached out, right? The Bengals wanted to do this thing with Joe and I was humbled. And look, it's not. It's like it's a humbling experience when you hear stuff like that. Just a couple of regular dudes from Buffalo, and the Bengals were like, "Hey, we want you to come here. We want to do this story on you." And then we went there the day before on the Saturday, met with them, and then they're like, "We need you guys at the tailgate. We need to shoot some B-roll. We're going to be over at Bengal Jim's tailgate." Which is a nice time. Jim's always gracious to us, you know. But so we had to get over there. We were getting the messages. We need you here for this B-roll stuff so we can finish up the production that the Cincinnati Bengals were featuring Joe and I. And yeah, it was just
They were like, screw the lot lizards, get over to
Yeah.
Bagel Gyms.
They didn't want to B-roll the lot lizard.
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
There's a
it
lot
gets
to
so
unpack in
torn.
that statement.
We only get so much time when we're down there. There's a lot of people that are so nice to us, and I'm humbled by it, man. I know we do need more time in lot one. I need to get down there probably with Joe for a game that doesn't involve the Bills and just get down there and party in lot one.
Hell, you guys should just come here in the summertime. Just come here for a freaking Reds game or something.
That would be fun.
We'll tailgate lot one. We'll break into lot one. We'll tailgate there, and then we'll walk to
Yeah.
GABP and go watch the
I'm a
Reds.
Braves fan, and I would love to come watch the Braves play in Cincy, man.
That'd be interesting because I hate the Braves.
Yeah, I can. No, I get it. You know, the Braves are annoying to some people because they're a little overhyped, right? And they are kind of good in the '90s, and they won one recently. They could be an easily hated team.
What's that like to win one recently? 'Cause
Yeah,
they can't even win one game recently.
we're on an 8-game losing streak.
There's a feeling of guilt when it happened, and
What?
it really was.
I would not
was
feel
on-
guilty at all.
I'm on my couch. I got my Brave stuff on. My wife's got her stuff on. They clinched the World Series. It's like jubilant. It's awesome, and it's like, do I feel worthy? It's weird. I don't know. It was like this guilt thing.
Tebow, you're a Yankees fan? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Tyler
that's
likes
almost-
the Yankees. I
That's
found
almost
this
even
out
worse. That's almost
last
even
week,
worse.
and I was like, yeah, it's way worse. I would
Yeah.
much rather root for Atlanta.
Chop is having hold on. I thought Chop is having elite comments. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got all kinds of different emojis on his comments. He's
He
got way
must
too much
have an
time.
Android. Look at that emoji he's got there. That's
He's
not an
pretty
Apple
elite.
emoji.
Yeah,
He's got way too much time on his hands.
next level.
Yeah. So how? First of all, to elaborate, I'm going to be on, since we're talking about Tebow, I'm going to be on his podcast tomorrow night on the Jungle. What is it? What, Jungle 9? Is that what they call it? Jungle 9 podcast. If I'm saying it wrong, Tebow, sorry. But I'm going to be on there tomorrow night.
Definitely wrong.
Dale, you've been on it. What's it called?
I have not been on it.
I thought you were. Oh, never mind. So he said no Android.
I'm not as popular as you, Ice.
Oh, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not popular. He said no Android here. But how did you become a Braves fan? Being from Buffalo, because they're on TV all the time.
Yeah, there's a mixture of things. So my parents got divorced when I was little. My uncle was stationed in Savannah, Georgia, in the military. He was in the
Savannah?
Army. Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah?
So my father moved to Savannah, Georgia, and then their team down there obviously is the Atlanta Braves. So he would send us stuff. I remember getting this Braves baseball set and getting these Braves things, and then they were good.
Oh
They
yeah.
were on TV, and then when we would go down there for visitation, even Joe included, but Joe is not a Braves fan. he would take us to Atlanta and we go to Braves games. So we would be down there at Turner Field. We were going there in the '90s during their heyday, and um, you know, and I turned into a Braves fan that way. My father's a Braves fan. Joe is a Indians/Guardians fan. And I think it's because that 1995 World Series, me and Joe watched that every night in our bedroom before bed. I was rooting for the Braves, so he rooted for the Indians to beat the Braves, and because
Just like
he's
a
a
good brother
jerk.
should.
I know, which is why he's a Boston Bruins fan too, because I'm a Sabres fan.
So he doesn't like any sports team in Buffalo.
The
Yeah,
man
so
hates Buffalo. He
Like,
hates
like, like
Buffalo.
I thought you were born and bred a Sabres fan in
there's
Buffalo.
every family's got a black sheep, and Joe was ours for sure, picking on teams. And the Bengals happen to be his because, again, that when my father was really yelling at the TV in the late '80s and we were little, it was the Bengals were part of that issue. And also, my dad really loved the Bengals too. He loved Ickey Woods. My mom had this crush on Boomer Esiason, and then my brother's now a Bengals fan.
There you go. Yeah, that's why then your dad would like my hat. They got it. Icky signed it for me right
Yeah,
there.
I sent a picture. I took a picture with Ickey, sent it to my dad, me and Joe. My dad's like, "Man, I love that man. I love Ickey
That's
Woods."
cool.
Yeah.
So Dale, Fiji wants to know if any of us are doing a scheduled release show next week. What day are they releasing? Is it Thursday?
I heard maybe Wednesday, but we did one. We did like a scheduled preview prediction of primetime games and stuff on Monday on Bengals and Brews, thinking, hey, maybe it's coming out this week because that's what everybody was saying.
All right.
But then, like, we're literally starting the show, and I'm like, is it really coming out? Like, this is how we started the show. Like,
Yeah, it's supposed to
there's
be
still
this
nothing
week and then it's
official.
next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, I think it's the 15th.
I think it's Wednesday.
Is it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
Tuesday.
like. I mean, and they do that. Like they'll do the show at like 8. Stuff will leak out. Like I'm
Yeah.
probably not going to do an episode around it. We'll probably talk about it next Friday.
Yeah, we'll talk about it like that day, or definitely the day after for sure. Once we know what the schedule is, I thought we talk about it then. And I mean, that's the one thing with the Bengals this year. Speaking of schedule, we're going to have a last place schedule, so that's going to.
Oh yeah, we did it, boys! A last
did it.
place schedule.
Woo! It's gonna benefit us, but
Yeah.
either way, dude, we've
Right.
got to
You
get off
never
to.
know.
Dude, we've got to get off to a better start. I don't give a crap if we're a first place, last place. We got to get off to a better start this year. That's one thing that's got to change somehow this year. One thing I liked that Burrow said this week was he was more willing to not push stuff. Like, and I'll put it to you this way: like, all right, so last year when he hurt his calf, we all saw the calf sleeve. So it's apparent there was something wrong with his calf. He wouldn't have wore a sleeve otherwise, and then he really aggravated it. Go out to practice. This year sounds like with the emergence of Jake Browning and that he could trust him, that maybe Joe's going to, if I feel 100%, maybe he'll let Browning take some of the snaps and maybe he won't, push himself to play as much when he's hurting. I think that's a good thing. What do you think, Dale?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing because, like, maybe that calf injury doesn't happen at all if he just listens to his body. And then he's healthy to start week 1. We get off to a better start, and he doesn't have those lingering issues, and then you're trying to make up for it, when you do start to feel better.
Right.
And you're pushing and you're needing to win games. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely listen to your body, and that's something that sounds like that he has decided to do as he should. Because I'd rather have Joe Burrow late in the season than early in the season. And Jake Browning coming back and 2-year deal now.
Right.
Even though they had him for 2 years, but giving him a little more money, bringing him back for 2 years. It's good. You saw what he was able to do. You at least feel like you have a capable person who can come in and play 2 or 3 games that you don't have to go out there and feel like you have to be Superman.
Exactly. Yeah. Glenn, what's your thoughts on just Buffalo's season? How are you more confident this year, or
No.
is it less? Where are you at as a Buffalo fan?
Last year I was around the 11 win mark, maybe winning AFC East. It's tough to win consecutive divisions like that, and you just think in your head logically playing those types of numbers, the Bills would be trying to play for their fifth consecutive AFC East title.
Right.
Which, if you get a healthy Aaron Rodgers, you get Tua, whatever, but you got the Dolphins that are still kind of flashy and could do something. Um, I would find it more difficult for the Bills to win a fifth consecutive AFC East and more unlikely than likely to do so. Plus, it looks like maybe on the roster they've taken a little bit of a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Bills spent to their eyeballs to try to hit that last Super Bowl window potential, and now they're paying for it this year for sure. So I would expect a down year, maybe 10 wins. I think, if anything, again, the season's riding on Josh Allen.
What's your thoughts
And
on the OC? You like?
so, yeah,
Good.
Joe Brady. I like Joe Brady. I think this is one of the reasons, too, with the Diggs trade and some of their draft picks and whatnot. I think we're really going to see that different style offense from them. Like Joe Brady ran the plays he liked out of Dorsey's playbook. Now this year he gets to put his playbook in action. And I mean, he was the LSU offensive
Mm-hmm.
coordinator when
Oh,
Burrow
trust me,
was
dude.
there.
There's so many people. Once Callahan left here, like, oh, we need to go get Joe Brady. I said, I'm pretty sure he's signed with Buffalo. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't think Buffalo's gonna let him go.
Yeah, they
So,
locked him in last year, and they like
yeah,
him. They like his young approach, his forward-thinking, progressive sort of mindset, which the league tends to do. You know what I mean? Get these younger minds, especially over the last 10, 15 years offensively. And I think I'm really optimistic about what he can bring and what he can do with this offense. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm interested. Like I said, the success relies a lot on the quarterback. It's the same thing with Cincinnati, same thing with Buffalo, same
exactly.
thing with Kansas City. So
Speaking of quarterbacks, Fiji and I watched this, but Fiji's asking, did you guys watch the Tom Brady roast? I did. It was fucking hilarious.
it was. I watched it
Oh
live.
my!
It was pretty
I
funny.
watched it live. Dude, I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
My ribs were hurting the next day. It was so damn funny. I mean, like if you're gonna watch this, take your feelings out of it because you're going to if you're going there and looking for something to be upset about, they'll give you plenty of stuff to be upset about and be butthurt by. But it was funny as hell, dude.
I mean, that's every roast though. Like
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I seen a bunch of
Dude,
clips.
they were making Aaron Hernandez jokes. The dude hung himself. They were making Aaron Hernandez jokes. I mean, it was so bad. It was awesome.
Well, my whole thing is like, okay, and then I seen something that's like, well, my daughter's going to see these jokes, and it's like, your daughter's going to also have Wikipedia or Google or everything. I'm just saying, not trying to be a dick, but
Yeah, there's a lot of other things your daughter could see out there too than of the roast of Tom Brady. If you're concerned about it, put the bubble over your kids and make sure they're not watch what you don't want them to. But on the other hand, like,
shoot, my daughter's going to turn 20 here next week, and when she was 4 years old, she quoted Spaceballs to my mom. So that's kind of Dan I am. So
Spaceballs is great though.
freaking, I love Spaceballs. We watched Men in Tights last night. I got her educated on that one too. I'm gonna get her educated on Blazing Saddles next. That's the next one. That's the next one she's gonna watch. That's a good one there.
you still haven't watched Grandma's Boy.
I know. I gotta watch Grandma's Boy.
Tell me you've watched Grandma's Boy.
I've watched Grandma's Boy.
I gotta watch it. All right, so Glenn, and you're probably not gonna know this one either, but do you know about the movie The Fall Guy? Have you heard of that
It's
movie?
called The Fall Guy?
It's called The Fall. Yeah, it's based on the 80s TV show The Fall Guy.
No, I
Did
don't
you
know
see
anything
the
about it.
Beavis and Butthead SNL skit?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so this is the only reason I had any idea about the movie, is then they went and dressed up as Beavis and Butthead on the red carpet for this movie.
Oh, okay. So I'm familiar now with what.
Yeah, that's the only way I know anything about it.
Yeah. I saw him on the red carpet as Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
the movie is really good. I thought it'd be action, but it was funnier than I thought it was going to be. I laughed my ass off. I highly recommend it. I want to go watch it again. But yeah, that's the what movies have you watched recently? I know you're big on which I watched
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. That was a good
Oh,
one too.
I'm getting ready to watch the new
Dude,
Ghostbusters.
I like. All right, I'm so glad that they went in this direction. I wasn't a big fan of the girls
Sure.
Ghostbusters because it was the same movie in my opinion.
Wow,
It was
that's
just
sexist.
it was the same movie, just girls. It was the same damn movie.
I
So
like that movie. I watched that one in theaters.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I really like what they're doing because the movies they got
Be
now are
sexist, Jeff.
they're tied not being sexist. They're tying it into the old movie, the original movie. That's what I like about it. Go ahead, Glenn. What do you think?
No, that's right. Yeah, I'm part of a charity group here called the Buffalo Ghostbusters, and we do a lot of different stuff. And one of the things we were able to do was go down for the world premiere in New York City.
I saw
And
that.
so I was there doing that thing, and that was fun. I got to see it there, and yeah, I like what they're doing with it. People are expecting Saving Private Ryan out of Ghostbusters.
Right?
Well,
What?
yeah, they're saving private, not saving Ryan's privates, but saving Private Ryan. They want an Oscar winner out
Right.
of Ghostbusters, but what it
Hey,
is just a fun movie. Like, go
yeah.
watch it, have fun, relax.
Right.
It's a
Right.
Ghostbusters movie. There's ghosts in it. It's not real. Just enjoy it.
I
That's
don't
why it's
know,
called
man.
Ghostbusters.
I don't know. Ghosts could be real. Just
Yeah,
saying.
well, they could be.
I just got slimed.
So that was that, and it's out on digital right now. The hard copy will probably be out around June. The 40th anniversaries of the movie is June 8th, Ghostbusters Day. That's when it released. And like I said, my team that up here, the Buffalo Ghostbusters, we have a thing that we do on Ghostbusters Day that we organize at Hook and Ladder 8, the original OG firehouse, which bring out like people that were in the original movies, worked on different things, ectos, and it's a whole festival going on in New York City on the weekend after June 8th for Ghostbusters Day for the 40th. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm cracking up at Chop's comment here. He says, I need to be haunted by a ghost hooker.
Yeah. Hey, there is a ghost hooker in Ghostbusters 1.
There was. Yeah, there was. There was. There was in the original one. There was. So what are movies you've seen lately that you recommend? Glenn, you got any good ones?
To be honest with you, I have not watched very many movies other than Ghostbusters. I've been not really watching much television other than I think I started the X-Men 97 series, but I'm going to wait for them all to come out and I want to binge watch them because I don't like waiting week to week. I've been spoiled with the streaming
Yeah. Streaming.
life
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
days.
So I'm excited to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. That'll be probably the next movie I see.
So the funny thing is, my wife is a huge just superheroes fan. She likes DC. She likes Marvel. She likes all of them.
Yeah.
So she didn't want to watch Deadpool because it's too bloody. It's too this. It's too that. And then she saw the third one. She's it's wrapped in with Wolverine. Oh. Well, I gotta watch the other ones. I'm like, all right. So we sat there and we came back and watched the first two. Did you know that there is on the, I think it's second Deadpool, there's a less bloody version of it, and Deadpool is reading a movie to what's the kid? You ever seen the movie Princess Bride, where the grandpa's reading the book to the kid?
It's been
Yep.
a long time for
So
Princess
Fred
Bride.
Savage, he's reading.
Yeah, Fred Savage. Yes, Fred Savage. So,
right.
so Deadpool is reading. They're doing recreate the Princess Bride scene during the Deadpool movie. It's called I don't remember what the hell it's called, but I didn't get through the whole thing. But
It's a good recap.
it's a non-bloody version of it. But dude, it's funny as hell. Just watching him and Fred, because Fred Savage, he's an older guy now, but he's dressed up in his pajamas and everything, just like he was in Princess Bride. It's freaking hilarious. So I like that. We found that on the internet. It was a good one, but I like that movie. I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but anyway,
I love the Deadpool movies. I think they're pretty good. And this third one's going to be fun. They're going to go through all the multiverse and, I think execute and eliminate the Deadpools and Wolverines that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to kind of attach to what they did at the end of Deadpool 2, where he went and
Exactly.
he kind of killed them all.
Exactly.
Is there a Reacher? Painter said there's a Reacher.
Yeah, TV show. Or
Well, it's a movie. There's
oh,
there's
okay.
there's two Reacher
The TV
movies.
show's good.
TV show is badass, but there's two movies and Tom Cruise was in both of them, and they're good too. I like the second one as much as the first one, but I didn't know there's. That's what you're talking about the movie. There you go. So you guys think UDF has the best donuts?
What's a UDF?
You-
Sounds like an infection.
it's United Dairy Farmers. It's a local store here.
Oh, nice.
And Dale's on the phone now, so I was going to ask him this, but he's not even listening. He's talking to somebody. So, Paul, UDF donuts are badass. Yeah, Buskin and Cervantes, they're good too. What's your go-to pastry there? We'll go with that. What do you guys got there in Buffalo, Glenn, that you like?
We got Paula's Donuts, man. Paula's Donuts is A1. It's like a piece of cake when you're eating.
Oh, there's cake donuts? They're like cake donuts?
I don't know what they are, man. They're huge. They're delicious. They're erotic. And we've got DiCamillo's up here for donuts. We got a few good places. Got a
Dude.
spot in Falls that Frankie's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember we went out to Myrtle Beach a couple years ago. And my sister and her family went out with our parents, and then we went with them next year. And all I kept hearing about was this place called Duck Donuts. Like, oh my God, it's so good. It's the best donuts you've ever had. I'm like, okay, cool. Say, got it so high. I'm like, I gotta try these damn donuts. So we went and got them, and they're cake. I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
But they're not like, I like donuts that like melt in your mouth. These things are cakey and they're sweet, but they're kind of dry. And I was very, very disappointed.
When I was in Myrtle, everybody was telling us to go get these mini donuts. I don't know what the spot was. They were like mini.
I don't know.
And they were pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. So I like to ask Dale, but he's too busy talking to his wife now or his daughter or something. So, he can't even be a part of the...
on mute.
Yeah, he's
I was actually talking to both. I could still hear you guys. I just
you didn't answer any of the questions. We're having
Brett's
serious.
call, and then Miley came down here because she's taking the dogs.
Crip says hi, Marissa.
Yeah, she was on
Cherry
the phone.
left. So what's your donut place of choice? What do you got? What's your donut shop out there in Portsmouth? What do you got out there?
I don't have one. We used to have a Krispy Kreme that was pretty good.
Oh, dude. I love Christian, especially when the light's on. Light is on. I got to pull over and get some.
I mean, I'm sure there are places, just don't have go-to.
Don't have a go-to at all?
No.
So Glenn
Gas station breakfast burrito.
Glenn wanted to know what a UDF is. He sounded like a sexual disease.
I've barely even been to UDF, but...
You don't even have UDFs up there? Oh, my God.
No, we don't have UDFs, but obviously Cincinnati... where I frequent.
Dale, where do you live? How far are you from Cincy?
He's 2 hours from everything. He's literally 2 hours away from everything.
Are you north of Cincy?
No.
He's east.
Oh, Dale's playing coy, so whatever. You gonna get haters coming and egging you?
Trust me, nobody can find him where he lives.
No, it's Portsmouth, man. Everybody knows where Portsmouth is.
It's east.
I'm gonna have to Google Maps Portsmouth.
It's southeast somehow. Like,
how is it south?
Because
south.
like
you can't be south of Cincinnati. South of Cincinnati is.
But Ohio has a curve, so
yeah, we're in the bottom of it.
Yeah, and so am I. But my curve is farther down than your curve.
Really?
You know what's funny? A funny story too. After the Bills lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs this year. My house got egged on that following Monday.
What?
And my wife swears it's somebody from Twitter. They drove right down my street, parked right in front of my house, and egged my house, and then peeled off. It was on my camera. It was on my.
Were they wearing Bengal stuff? No, they're attacking him now. They found him.
He just got egged again.
They got egged again in his car. They just cut him off.
He's giving a thumbs up almost.
I know.
It's a good.
Hey,
good Paul screen.
We should all do that. Just then everybody just.
It's like an endorsement of your show.
Where's Greg at? Greg, we need the Luther Vision. Ready? Yeah. All right. Whatever.
We did it.
Oh goodness.
I got
Well,
these shows over.
Yeah, that's why I think we might be there. You got anything else you wanna plug or anything before I let you go?
No, I'm just here.
Paul says he guarantees your students love you.
Man, I don't know. Probably hate me.
You should like do a
You
poll
never know.
sometime. Like, do you love your teacher? And I won't fail you if you say no, but I will pass you if you say yes.
I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to definitely tell them that I'll fail them. If they say that they hate me, I'm going to be like, well, I hate you too. Here's your ass.
I hate that, Mr. Altman.
That's just how it goes.
See, look at Chop again. Look at, I don't even know what that is, but he's just.
Yeah, he's got all the emojis.
He found a new toy. Hey, look, he's calling us the goat. We're the goat. There you go. Anyway, all that, dude.
That goat almost looked like a dragon. I'm going to be a dragon goat. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's a cool goat.
Hey, he's back just in time to end the show. What's up? What did they end?
Well,
Sorry.
thumbs up. You got
My
froze
phone
where
went
your
into a high temperature mode and turned itself off.
Well, so what you're saying is me and Dale were just making your phone too hot. You know, all this hotness.
You guys are so sexy. You blazed my phone up.
Duh. Yeah.
used to
And-
this, honestly.
Yeah.
This happens a lot.
It does.
So I took the case off. I opened the windows. I got it to cool down enough for it to give me my service back.
Well, before we blow your phone up again with all our hotness, we're gonna go ahead and end this thing. But you got anything you want to plug or anything? You know, you got Goodberry Variant, you got your brother. You know, anything you guys got going on? You want to plug?
Yeah.
Any butts you want to plug?
Any butts you want to plug?
I need to take mine out. Actually, that reminds me.
That's a good idea.
Just thanks everybody for the support. You know, all my Bengals friends out there. You know, bringing me on, and you guys bringing me on, and everybody making me feel welcome. You know, your Bengals brother, your brother from another mother over here.
Yes, sir.
That's it. I don't really want to plug much. You guys will see me out there. You'll see me on Twitter, and we'll chit chat. But I appreciate you guys having me and Strawberry inviting me on.
But dude, I'm telling you, you and Joe need to make sure you guys try to plan a summer trip down here sometime.
That would be nice. Yeah.
So get out, watch some baseball. That would be fun. That way you don't have to worry about doing a whole bunch of other Bengals stuff, and you just hang out with your boys and have some fun with us.
You can stay in Jeff's basement.
Yeah, you can. Why you stay 2 hours? Actually, you stay in Dale's. Actually, stay in his ice cave there. He's got his own ice cave out in the garage.
Just a garage. You don't want to stay
you
in
stay
the
there.
garage.
You stay in the garage with
Yeah,
Dale.
I'm gonna have to put lotion on my skin a couple times a day for Strawberry and his.
Put lotion on the skin. Put lotion
Yeah.
on the skin. All right, that's a good way to end this. I'm gonna let you go on that one, Glenn. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Take
Later,
care.
bro.
See you. Bye. All right, Dale. Plug some shit before I let you go. All right, that was a good job. I'm glad he plugged some stuff there. I've always wanted to do that with Dale. What are you gonna plug something now? Sorry.
Yeah, pork chop.
You gonna plug pork chop? All right.
Yep. At
Pork
pork
chop,
chop 1972 on Twitter.
Pork chop, you're plugged.
I plugged you, pork chop.
Hey, by the way, we had some elite photo editing last night. I just want to say, and the funny thing is, what I want everybody to do is go look at the picture that me and Dale added ourselves to last night with Greg and Bourbon, and then go look at the thumbnail that I used on the show today and see if you guys recognize anything. Which I just figured out about an hour before the show. Yeah, pretty cool.
Appreciate y'all. Who that, baby?
Who that, dude? All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Go make sure you check out Glenn Goodberry, Joe Goodberry. Of course, you're going to follow him. The Goodberry variant. He's an awesome dude. Love that guy. Shout out to our sponsors on the show. Appreciate you guys every single day. Go make sure you go out and check out Midwest's best barbecue and creamery out there on the east side, right there in Ward's Corner exit. Go check them out. Get some CTB wings, some Uno wings, pulled pork sandwiches, have some fun, and I'm trying to do a show. My son's messing with me right now. Make sure you guys check out Midwest Best. Meyer Door and Windows. Make sure you check out them if you guys need any window and door needs at www.meyercincinnati.com. Show's over. Go over and check out Hail Mary. It's your ticket to the game. You got a big-ass TV screen. Beer specials. Go watch the Reds hopefully win. And free parking. Make sure you check them out. Is there something else you'd like to say, sir?
I want to just point out that, the Reds are coming back today. They're going to be all the way back.
Is that what it is?
Everyone needs to, pump the brakes. Season's not over. It's going to be fine. Tune in tonight. Stay up late. Watch them. Parlay tonight. Ellie, home run. Candelario, 2 bags. And Spencer Steer, a hit.
And if he's wrong, it's Cat Poll at Twitter. Make sure you're not on Twitter anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, you're too scared to get on Twitter anymore. He left. So anyway, don't knock over my Shane Grant picture. What's wrong with you? You just hurt my dog. Don't hurt my dog either. God, I want to do this again. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna have some fun family time. You guys have a wonderful evening. Throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya.